Here a little bit. Now, you've seen Tennie McCarty on Addicted to Food. That's on Oprah's network. And you've also seen her collaborate on Ruby, and that's on the Style Network. Well, now she has a new book, and she's here to talk to us a little bit about it today. It's called Shades of Hope, a program to stop dieting and start living. I like the sound of that. Tennie, how are you today?
I'm great. Thanks, Amy, for having me.
I think we need to start in the first place. What prompted you to do this? You said, I could be home playing with my grandchildren, but I'm not. This is your love letter.
This is my passion. It's a mission. I almost died from an eating disorder. I am the weight now that I was in the first grade. I weigh about 139 pounds now, and that's what I weighed in the first grade. I was a morbidly obese child, a teenager, young adult. I ate myself up to almost 300 pounds. And I could lose the weight. In my adult life, I lost it 5 different times, but I gained it back within the same year. Wow. And I could give you every way in the world to lose weight. If that's what people want, I could tell them how to lose weight. But it's much more than that. It's a twofold disease. It is a disease, and this is what people are not talking about. They're not talking that it is a disease, that it is a weight problem. And it's, you know, if that's all there was to it, there's so many good programs out there for people to lose weight. Sure. You know, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, all of these work. But that is just the physical. The main problem is on that mental and emotional side.
Let's talk about that emotional side and the underlying causes of food addiction. Speak to that.
Okay. And this is what people have got to get to, is those underlying causes and conditions. It's that core pain. There's something that is driving the eating disorder. And so many people will get in, you know, maybe get in recovery from their eating disorder and then switch to another addiction and another addiction. It's like there's a hole in the soul, and what we do is try to find something to put inside ourselves to make ourselves feel better. That's all addiction is to make ourselves feel better. We're not a bunch of idiots. If we didn't get something out of addiction, we wouldn't keep doing it. Okay. It makes us feel better.
You know, so let's talk about people who might be watching. There's plenty of people who want to start new diets and enhance their lifestyles, but how do you know when you have an unhealthy relationship with food?
One of the ways you know if you're losing the same 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, there are people who will be on medication or do something that will gain some weight, and what those normies, what I call a normie, what they do is they lose it one time and then it's over and done with. And the main thing is that mental obsession, that idea that overcomes all other ideas, where you're thinking about the food or thinking about what it's going to do to you, or thinking about, you know, that best thing, you know. I mean, mine was Snicker bars. That was my drug of choice, was Snicker bars. And it's that thinking about it, even if you're not doing it, it takes up all of your time. Okay. All of your time.
Like any other disease, like any other addiction.
Yes.
This is something that takes over your life. Let's talk about your new show on Oprah's network, Addicted to Food. What are we going to find out there?
Well, the show they brought in, I was contacted by Brad Lamb, who was an interventionist and was working for Oprah and Gail, looking for someone to send somewhere to send a friend, a 600-pound friend of theirs. And so that's how we got connected, and we started, the man that was going to come in refused help, and so, but I believe Oprah liked what we did. She saw what we did and how serious we were about this. And so then later they came back and asked us to do the show, and which we did. We brought in 6 clients, did the show, and all of them are still in good recovery. It's an ongoing, a day-at-a-time program.
And that's your passion, so it must be so nice to partner up with a powerhouse like the OWN Network, so your message can be reached to so many people who need help. Kind of like we saw on the Style Network when we first met Ruby. Ruby's a good friend of yours, right?
Ruby, they actually, the producer came out to Shades. They were looking at bringing Ruby into treatment, and Miss Ruby wasn't going to anybody's treatment center, and she was at a snag. She couldn't lose any more of the weight, and so they contracted with me. I went down and I worked with Ruby and was on about 7 or 8 of the series, and then we became very close friends. And this is a lifelong struggle with Ruby, her weight, and it's a lifelong struggle with me. Today, I don't have the struggle with the weight or the food, but it's taken me 26 years. I'm in recovery 26 years. The food has taken its proper place in my life, but it's taken years to get there. And you know, for the first 18 years of my life, I mean, not the first 18 years of my recovery, I had a very strict, rigid food plan, but now the food is taking its proper place.
It's taking its proper place, and you have a healthy relationship with food, which anybody who's watching who maybe doesn't or struggles or knows someone who does, they can pick up a copy of this book or turn on the TV and learn some life lessons from you. Tennie, thank you so much for being here today. Really great information. Again, the title of Tennie McCarty's new book is Shades of Hope, a program to stop dieting and start living. And of course, we'll have all that information on our website. And up next, meet the superstar writer, actor, rapper, and dancer from In the Heights. Stay with us.